So, let me ask you a question. If Homelander were to go against Superman, who do you think would win? We're having a discussion about it coming up. How are you? My name is Al. Welcome to the channel, especially if you are new here. We cover action, adventure, sci-fi, and fantasy, and this is our Versus series where we take someone from our favorite movie or our favorite TV show, we put them against each other, and we ask the question, who would win? Today, we are putting Homelander against Superman, and we're looking at the two of them and asking the question, who would win? Now, here's how this works. We judge them by 6 criteria. Here's what they are. Speed, temperament, power, durability, accuracy, fight versatility. What kind of skills and techniques are they bringing to the fight that might give them the edge? Now, before we get started with our breakdown, if you are new here, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and join the discussion. We have weekly videos 2 to 3 times a week. Now, let's get started. Speed. If we look at the category of speed and we look at Homelander and Superman, who would be faster between the two? This one is really tough because you guys may or may not know that Homelander is based off of Superman. So for this one, it's easy for me to see this as a draw. I think that they would probably be equally as fast because they essentially are set to be copies of one another. So when it comes to speed, in my opinion, I would say that these two are evenly matched. No one has the upper hand in this category. Temperament. So when it comes to temperament, this is a little bit of an odd discussion. So go with me here and let me know what you think about this. I'm actually going to give the edge to Homelander, even though I do think in terms of composure in a fight, Superman will probably be much more apt to keep his composure. And normally that gives you the edge in any fight situation. But I'm giving this to Homelander because Homelander is nuts. And I think actually that will advantage him in a fight against Superman, and in the sense that temperament would not be a roadblock for him because he would do any and everything. He is not above or beneath any kind of action to gain the advantage. So in this sense, temperament would actually be a deficit for Superman because he has morals, and there are certain things that he probably would not do to gain the advantage over Homelander, but Homelander will do anything to win. So in this case, the temperament actually goes to Homelander because it is not an asset but a deficit in a fight between these two. Let me know what you think about that. Power. Now, what about the issue of power? If these two were to go toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow with each other, which one would be more powerful? Which one would be the one that would likely be able to dish out more damage? And for this, you guys, I have to give this a draw as well. I can't wait to hear what your opinion is on all of these categories for that matter. But for power, I think toe-to-toe, I think they are evenly matched. So power for me is a draw. Durability. When it comes to durability, both of these guys are really nigh indestructible. Both Homelander and Superman have very little things that can take them out. Shoot, they have very little things that can even pierce their skin. But there is a slight edge of durability when it comes to these two, and that goes to Homelander. Here's why I say that. From what we know, Homelander has no known vulnerabilities, but we do know that Superman actually has 2. One we're not going to talk about because it's magic and Homelander doesn't do any magic, but another one we know very well, and that is kryptonite. So if Homelander was able to get his hands on kryptonite, durability would be much more of an issue for Superman, and Homelander would be ahead in that category. So I'm giving durability to Homelander. Accuracy. Now this category is interesting for these two because normally we reserve that category for folks that are doing things like throwing projectiles or weapons-based fighters or things like that. But we could look at these two and apply the category of accuracy to some of the things that they're able to do, such as heat vision. So I think that these two are probably a dead on lock. I think that these two are probably a draw when it comes to the issue of accuracy because I think that they probably would be evenly matched in this area. Fight versatility. When it comes to fight versatility, honestly, you guys, this one is really rough for me as well, and I'm almost tempted to say that these two probably would be evenly matched when it comes to fight versatility, but I'm going to give the slight edge to Homelander here as well, and the only reason I'm doing that is because if we're talking about fight versatility in terms of the tools or the things that they bring to the fight to give them an advantage, we got to go with Homelander, only because, as I said before, Homelander is nuts, and he will do anything to win the fight. And if that includes bringing in folks like Lois or Jimmy Olsen or whoever and making them a casualty, he will do that to gain an advantage over Superman. And for me, I consider that, especially in the case of these two, a fight utility or a fight tool, a means in which Homelander would have the advantage over Superman. This is probably going to be a very close fight if these two were ever to meet. I do think advantage does go to Homelander, and that's only because Homelander is probably willing to do some things to win this matchup that Superman just cannot do, because Superman has a moral code, Homelander essentially doesn't, and the fact that Homelander is nuts. If you've not seen the Versus video we did between Arya and Tilda of Into the Badlands, that's where we're going next, and you guys need to follow me because I would love to get your opinion about who you think would win that matchup. Let's go.